right, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. In today's video, I am going to be showing you how to build a lead funnel. Now, a lead funnel is what you're going to use to capture the contact information of all of that traffic that you're generating so that you can convert them into a customer at some point. And whether that's going to be done right there in a funnel, if that's going to be done over the phone, either way, it all starts with you creating a lead. And so that's what a lead funnel is designed to do. And the funnel that I'm actually going to be showing you guys today, I'm really excited about it because it's actually for my client who has a book release coming out soon. It's going to release on Amazon. And what we've decided to do is utilize a lead funnel to be able to build a list of all of the people who buy the book and want to get a free companion guide, but also we're offering that guide to everyone, even if they don't buy the book. And so because my client has a track record of being a #1 best-selling author, we believe that this site is going to generate tons and tons of traffic. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you the lead magnet. I'm going to show you the funnel itself. I'm going to walk you through how we set that up. And I'm really, really excited. So without further ado, I'm going to jump on into the editor and let's get started. All right, here we go. So we're in the editor and this is a lead funnel. The first thing that you got to know about a lead funnel is that this is the most basic funnel. So it's literally just going to be 2 pages. It's going to be the opt-in page. The opt-in page is the page where this is where the traffic, some people will call this a landing page or a squeeze page, but your traffic comes to this page, they look at it, they're curious, they like it, they decide they want to give you their email, they go ahead and give you the email address, and then you give them the free thing or the bribe. Now that free thing could be something that we refer to as a lead magnet, which is like a worksheet or a cheat sheet. That could also be an offer as well. So for example, if you're a service business owner, it could be an offer, it could be 50% off, it could be a free quote. It could be a free inspection. It could be 10% off. I mean, whatever those proven offers are that you have, that you've tested or that you want to test, you would use a lead magnet for, a lead funnel for that. And so this is going to be really, really simple. So as you can see here, I'm inside of the Clickfunnels editor and we're looking at the top of the page. Now, the first thing that I want to point out to you, and this is the most important part when it comes to your lead funnel, is that you need to really drum up a ton of curiosity. Like this thing has to be something that they really, really want. If not, they're not going to give you the email address. And the best way to get them to want it is to build up some type of curiosity. And so we either want to have a lot of curiosity or we want to have a really, really strong promise. And so in order to come up with this headline, I actually utilize a service called Funnel Scripts. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to check it out, where basically it's almost like if you ever did ad libs back in the day. I don't know if that's still a thing to the younger audience, but to the older audience, if you remember ad libs, you would just kind of fill in like, this is a verb, this is an adjective, this is a noun, blah, 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 blah. And then it would just kind of, you would read back the results in the stories, and usually it was really funny. Well, that's basically what Funnel Scripts is. It's like filling in an ad lib. So you fill in the criteria. What are the things that they want? Who is your ideal audience? All of that stuff. You click enter, and then it's going to build all of these headlines. I want to say there's over like 250 headlines in the one that I was using here. And so all I did was I kind of went through that and I mixed and matched a couple of the key points and principles that I thought would be really, really good to create a strong headline for this particular project. And so that's what you're looking at here. And so you see the headline is start a path that you can feel good about, create your own personalized roadmap to reach your most desired goals. Now, one of the things that I want to point out to you when we get inside of the editor, and I'm going to get a little bit kind of technical, maybe a little bit more technical than I normally get in on my videos when it comes to the editor, but I really want to be able to share with you guys some of the in-depth strategy behind why we set it up this way, okay? And also give you some of those high-level sort of design tips and strategies that literally you'll be able to do for yourself, okay? So I want to show you how we create these looks. So this is a section, all right? So this top section, okay? And the thing with this section is that we have a picture background. Now the picture background I actually made in Canva. That's canva.com if you're not familiar with it. But basically it's like an online, really, really, really dumbed down version of Photoshop. It just allows regular average Joes like me to be able to get in there and do a little bit of something with some graphics. Okay. You're not going to be making, super high level Photoshop type of stuff, but you're going to be able to make really good, really compelling kind of backgrounds and graphics and things like that you need. You're going to be able to do it quickly without having any previous design skills. So I use Canva. Okay. So all I did was I selected a picture that I thought was kind of applicable to what the message was. And I put this kind of dark matted overlay on it. And the only reason why I went with this more matted color is because that's actually the colors for the theme of the book. Typically I do more of like a bright shadow over it, but the theme of the book in terms of the cover and the coloring is matted. And so that's why this has a matted look, because I'm sure that there's someone out there like, oh, hey man, that looks really faded. No, it's not faded. It's actually designed on purpose, and a lot of strategy and research went into that look. So it's matted purposefully. Okay. We didn't just decide that we wanted to matte things. And that's a part of, testing and research and knowing your audience and all of that stuff, yada, yada, yada. So anyways, this is a section. Okay. This is a picture. All right. This is a picture background. And all I did was put a little border thing here on it. Okay. So that it kind of matches the theme of the book. And you'll see that when I scroll down and show you a picture of that lead magnet. All right. Now inside of this section, we have what is known as a row. All right, so this is the row. And as you can see, each of these headlines is actually its own individual headline element. All right, and by headline element, I mean that each one of these is independently edited. These are not all one headline that is just created by spacing and creating a row. And now the reason why I do that is because it allows me to be able to now manipulate the font sizing of each of these independently. And keep in mind that your copy and your messaging is very important. The font size is also very important because that is going to dictate the order in which they really read this. And so what's going to happen is that most people that read this is going to say they're going to see start a path that you can feel good about to reaching your most desired goals. That's really what they're going to see. And then they'll probably go back and say, oh, you create your own personalized roadmap. Okay, that's cool. Because that's the way that the brain works. So most people are going to read the largest print first. And so by separating these out into their own individual elements, their own individual headlines, it allows me to be able to manipulate the sizing of that. Obviously, of course, too, it's going to allow me to give it different colors. So that's pretty cool as well. Also, this is truly beneficial on mobile as well. So keep that in mind that on your mobile view, this is just going to give you a lot more control and flexibility in terms of how that is going to display on mobile and the different sizing. So that is why I went ahead and went with that approach instead of having all of this, for example, say be one element, but you just kind of space it down. Okay. So that's just a little tip, because the other thing that we can do with this as well is that we can always play around with our top margins. Like let's say we wanted this to be a lot closer. We can always play around with that and make that a lot closer as well, which is not something that you can do if you were, say, if everything was in one element as opposed to having it separated. Now, another kind of pro tip that I'm throwing out there is that sometimes people get confused by underlines and they think that they're links. And that's not really a bad thing, because we just want somebody to click as soon as they're convinced, and not a minute later. So if someone sees this and goes, oh, free guide, okay, this looks cool, I don't need to see the lead magnet, I just want to click this. We want to give them the ability to be able to click that. Okay. So even though this is just underlined to draw their attention to it and to place emphasis on it, what a pro tip you can do is that you just want to highlight it, and then you want to click this button here to make it a link. And then you want to make this a link, and all you have to do is hit hashtag open pop-up if you're using the pop-up like we are in this one to collect the name and email. And now this becomes a clickable link. So if somebody's on mobile and they read this headline and they just want to click it, they can do so. And then we did the same thing here for this one. Okay, so they can actually click this. This is a link, and I'll show it to you again. It's hashtag open-pop-up. That's going to open the pop-up where they can put the information in. So I spent a lot of time on the header because, again, this is the most important part of your lead funnel. You need to have a really, really strong headline, and you need to build tons and tons of curiosity and or deliver a really, really strong promise. And so as you could see, the strategy that we went with here was that we wanted to deliver a very strong promise in terms of what they were going to get by getting this free guide. Okay. Now, this is the second section. All right. And so you can see there. Okay. And this one is actually a white picture background. All right. And then we have a picture of a lead magnet. Now, the reason why we do a picture of a lead magnet or a picture of the offer, because again, even if it's not a lead magnet, if you're going to do, say, a discount offer, I would still show maybe like a handful of the things that they can actually get by utilizing the discount. Or if you were going to do a free quote or something like that, I would still try to find like a visual representation of it, because that visual representation provides perceived value. So when they see that there's a cover here to the worksheet, this lets them know that this is real. This isn't some, trumped up thing. Like, it's real, it's tangible, it has value. So you always want to have some type of e-cover or some type of visual representation of what they're actually going to get by subscribing to the offer. And then we just have the instruction. Now, here's a very, very important pro tip. Make sure that you outline the exact action step by step that they need to take in order to get the thing. You want this to be spelled out and so painfully obvious. Don't assume that they're just going to know what to do, even though, right, we say, oh, but they're on the internet all the time. How many times they put their email address in? They should just know the deal by now. Don't take it for granted. Spell out exactly what they need to do and what they should expect. So in this little section here, as you can see, it says, click the button below, enter your email, and we'll send the free guide over to you right away. Plus, you'll be the first to know when my new book, Journey to Success, is released on Amazon. So click here for instant access. Click here to get the free ebook download. Okay, we'll never share information. Here's another pro tip. All right. You put another clickable link below the button. You can never have too many clickable links. Okay. I'm going to say it again. You can never have too many clickable links. So just drop a little link underneath there. All right. And then that way they can go ahead and click that link. And when they go ahead and click that link, that's going to open the pop-up as well. And then I'll show you guys the pop-up. Nothing really crazy here. Just your standard, hey, enter your email address, get instant access below, name and email, send me the free guide. I always like to have an arrow on this button, just showing them that you are proceeding to the next steps by clicking it. And then we have a little bit more instruction. Hey, don't forget to add us to your contact/whitelist and check your spam folder just in case, if they don't get it. And that will help to actually minimize how many customer service type emails we'll get by people saying, hey, I never got it. And then us saying, hey, did you check the spam? Okay, you didn't. It's there. All right. So, yeah, I mean, that just helps. But that's pretty much it. And again, this is it. I mean, this is literally a lead funnel. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. So many people overcomplicate it. And by overcomplicating it, it actually hurts their conversions, because you really only need to give them the exact amount of information that they need to just feel comfortable plugging in that email, So that's pretty much it. That's how to build a lead funnel. I know we didn't look at the thank you page, but literally it just says thank you. The guide is on its way, and we'll email you with the book. So I don't want to take up any of your time, just showing you something that basic. Because really this is where it's at, because this is what you guys care about. This is where you build your list. This is where you get your leads. This is where you make your money. Okay. And of course, the editor that I'm using here, this is Clickfunnels. You can use whatever editor that you want. This is just the one that I use as far as being able to build funnels or whatnot. Use whichever one you feel comfortable with. Honestly, it's really not about the software as much as it's about the framework and following a proven layout and a proven approach. And that's really what I hope that you all were able to take away from this video. And so if you liked it and you enjoy content like this, and you want to know how to utilize sales funnels and other software integration. It's super necessary that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn notifications on. That way you could be alerted every time that we drop new content on this channel. And I'm also going to drop a link in the description below where you can actually grab a free funnel template pack, and you can get in there and play around with it. I know Clickfunnels gives you a 14-day free trial. So if you're, if you want to give that a shot and see, if you can cook something up, then go ahead and check that out. And make sure to check out these other videos because I have a video right here where I actually show you, this is a full lead generation tutorial from zero to hero. And if it's not out yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you know when it gets released. And then the other video over here is how to actually email market and the things that you can do to be able to get those customers once you do generate leads, not just for one transaction, but for multiple transactions over time, increase your average lifetime value of that particular lead that you do generate. And so if that video hasn't released either, then you got to subscribe to the channel, because you do not want to miss those two videos, because they're going to work in great synergy with what you just saw today in terms of how to build your own lead funnel. So again, thanks for checking this out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. And until the next time, peace.